We are in the Brotherhood of Darkness. We're still in Chapter 2. This is video number 9. In 1797, the Abbé Barruel wrote memoirs illustrating the history of Jacobinism. In Part 1, Volume 1, The Anti-Christian Conspiracy, he revealed that the Illuminati was the force behind Jacobinism. In the spring of 1798, Professor John Robison wrote proofs of a conspiracy based on his personal knowledge of the movement. I have reprints of both those books. On July 4th, 1798, Timothy Dwight, president of Yale University and the grandson of Jonathan Edwards, delivered a sermon warning the American people about the influence of the Illuminati. And on October 24, 1798, George Washington wrote a letter to William Russell expressing his concern about the influence of Jacobinism and the Illuminati in the United States. My grandfather told my father about the secret societies, and prior to 1930 most people knew about them. Subsequently, almost all mention of them has been removed from our textbooks, encyclopedias, and reference books. As a result, most people have never heard of the Illuminati, the Jacobins, or the secret societies that fomented the bloody revolutions of the 19th century. During the early decades of the 20th century, the Encyclopedia Britannica included a section on the Illuminati, but modern editions seldom, if ever, mention it. The following information can be found in Volume 14 of the 1910 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica. A short-lived movement of Republican free thought to whose adherents the name Illuminati was given was founded on May Day 1776 by Adam Weishaupt, died 1830, professor of canon law at Ingolstadt, an ex-Jesuit. The chosen title of this order or society was Perfectibilists. Its members, pledged to obedience to their superiors, were divided into three main classes, the first including novices, Minervals, and lesser Illuminati, the second consisting of Freemasons, ordinary, Scottish, and Scottish Knights, the third or mystery class comprising two grades of priest and regent and of magnus and king. Relations with Masonic lodges were established at Munich and Freising in 1780. The order had its branches in most countries of the European continent, but its total numbers never seem to have exceeded 2,000. The scheme had its attraction for literary men, such as Goethe and Herder, and even for the reigning dukes of Gotha and Weimar. Internal rupture preceded its downfall, but was effected by an edict of the Bavarian government in 1785. Although the Illuminati was officially disbanded in 1785, Weishaupt's followers were firmly entrenched in Masonic lodges by then, and blood oaths prevented other Freemasons from revealing the dark secrets they learned. 96 years later, Albert Pike, the father of modern-day Masonry, wrote, "It was this same remembrance, preserved or perhaps profaned in the celebrated order of the Templars, that became for all secret associations of the Rose Croix, that's the Rosy Cross, of the Illuminati and of the Hermetic Freemasons, the reason of their strange rites, of their signs, and above all, of their mutual devotedness and of their power." Researchers who have studied the secret societies claim that the occult emblem on the back of the dollar bill represents the Illuminati. They point to the incomplete pyramid capped with a glorified eye and the reference to Novus Ordo Seclorum, the new secular order. They note the date at the base of the pyramid is MDCCLXX VI, which is 1776, the year the Illuminati was formed. Why does an occult emblem appear on the back of our dollar bill? Does it really represent the Illuminati, or does it represent some other hidden group? The Jews. Earlier I noted that some sincere people believe that the Jews or the Jewish bankers are behind the world conspiracy. There are many clues that lead people to that conclusion. But I can assure you that the evidence has been planted to divert attention away from the truth. That is not to say there are no people of Jewish extraction behind the Brotherhood, but those who support that movement have renounced their belief in Judaism and worship a different God. Anti-Semitism is a trap that has been baited to lead us away from the truth. A number of convincing arguments are made to convince us that the Jews or the Jewish bankers are our enemy. The first is, many of the Bolsheviks were Jews, and almost all of the original members of Lenin's Politburo were Jews. There are several valid responses to that charge. Number one, although many of Lenin's followers were Jews, all but one of them were subsequently executed. And that's a poor way to reward Jews if they were the force behind the Bolshevik Revolution. Leon Trotsky was Jewish. He was tracked down in Mexico and brutally murdered. In fact, he was murdered in Frida Kahlo's home. He was there as a visitor, as a political visitor. 2. All but one of Jesus' original disciples were Jews, but does that make Christianity a Jewish conspiracy? 3. The third response can be found in Anthony Sutton's book, Wall Street and the Bolshevik Revolution, and I have a number of his books. He noted that many Englishmen fought on our side during the Revolutionary War, but that didn't make the Revolutionary War an English war. And I will stop it there, because I don't want to break into what he's going to be doing in the next part. Okay, so that was video number 9. We're still in chapter 2 of Brotherhood of Darkness, and see you in the next video.